Control has just received a 999 call. Two men, one allegedly armed with a knife, have forced their way into a flat. Inside are three women and a child.
Right, wait, I'm coming out, a minute. Right, who are we looking for? That's all right. Sorry. It's a nice brief for me. Brief for me, okay?
The hysterical woman is so distraught she can barely speak. But right now, she's the only witness the cops have.
My brother had a fight with his girlfriend, and now his girlfriend's brother's just come, blown into our house.
Okay.
With a knife and taken him.
It seems a family dispute has turned violent.
Is your brother all right? Is everyone all right upstairs? Who was in your flat at the time?
My mum, my sister, and my son.
Nice and calm for me, yeah? What is this chap? Do you know his name, this bloke?
No.
No? What was he wearing?
He's wearing a hoodie.
What colour? Can you remember what colour it was?
Cops believe an armed man is now on the loose. Every detail is vital.
So it was like a jumper, like a hooded jumper. Did he have jeans on or trousers?
I don't know. He's got dreadlocks.
He's got dreadlocks. How tall? Tall as me? Tall as Linda?
Yeah, tall as you.
And how long ago did this happen?
Like 10 minutes ago. 10
Suddenly,
minutes ago.
the woman's mobile phone rings.
You okay? I'm here.
It's her sister.
The police, are they back? Oh, quick!
The suspects are in her flat. Officers are there in seconds.
Can you stay with me, my darling? Yeah? We're at the house now. I'm going to update you. Can you stay here for me?
They cautiously walk up the steps to the front door, knowing the man could be behind it. But he's already done a runner.
Bill?
This is now a major incident. A specialist dog unit and more than a dozen cops have been sent to the area to assist the search. Suddenly, officers spot a man matching the description of the suspect.
Laura, could you ask the girl what this brother's name is, the one who's wearing the green jacket, please?
But after checking his details, they quickly establish he's just an innocent passerby. Seconds later, control radios with an update. The suspect has fled the estate.
The lady who initially reported this to us, who we saw outside, has said that her sister is at another address and she's screaming in the background.
A squad car is already on its way. A man was later arrested and the sister was found safe and well. Crime Squad PCs Dave Hughes and Mike Nunn are out on patrol, and it's not long before they spot a man who they think might be shoplifting. They keep him under surveillance and follow him on foot as he goes into a shop. As he leaves, something in his bag triggers the shop alarm, and he makes a run for it. Little does he know, undercover officers have been watching his every move. And now they're just yards behind him. Desperate to get away, the man has ditched his bag.
Hang on, mate, just calm down. I'll get you some help.
He's jumped over some railings, not realising the drop below.
Male, conscious and breathing, but he's probably fallen about 30 feet, so he's got leg injuries. But we're just going to go down and see the extent of his injuries now.
Crime Squad officers immediately call for urgent medical assistance.
Definitely looks like leg injuries. He's fallen from quite some height. What are you thinking though, mate? All right, mate, we're not going to move you or anything now. 36-year-old male, conscious and breathing, appears to have a broken leg and lower back injuries.
Yeah, do you think it's life-threatening or life-changing,
Yeah, can't be said at this stage. Obviously, he has got a broken leg, don't know the extent, so possibly could be life-changing, yes.
What was going to be an arrest has now turned into a medical emergency.
I think this has to be called a critical incident.
The man is gravely injured, and all it seems for a bag full of electric toothbrush heads.
We stole a quantity of toothbrushes. As soon as we went out the door, the alarm sounded, and he was off.
quite a drop.
This man may have sustained spinal damage. Even worse, he could have internal bleeding.
If you feel any different, just let us know, alright? I can't see through your jeans that there's anything, you know, anything too bad. But I wouldn't try and roll over or anything, mate. I'll just stay where you are. Stay where you are on this side. Well, mate, don't move it, because when the ambulance crew come, they can deal with you then. You want to stay so you're in the same position as when you landed.
All the officers can do is try to make sure the man stays conscious.
Bad decision, mate, that was.
First on the scene is a cycle paramedic.
Can you move your toes? Can you feel me touching here?
He needs to make a quick assessment of how badly the man is hurt.
It's painful where I'm pressing. More painful here. Sorry, mate.
Do you need any help, mate?
He cuts off the man's clothes. It's the only way of examining his injuries without moving him. He's now having trouble breathing and needs oxygen.
I don't know, mate, if he told you, he said obviously both legs and his lower back was where he had the pain.
You wouldn't see him land, must be.
I didn't, mate, I was just behind. I couldn't believe, to be honest, that he actually did it.
An ambulance has now also arrived, but there's a problem. With the extent of the man's injuries, it's not yet clear how medics are going to be able to get him up to street level.
I think they've got like an enclosed pod sort of thing that they can take people up on, but that's all to do with like rope crews and all sorts. There's loads of like issues with that.
A team of doctors is now also at the scene. But their stretcher won't provide enough support for the injured man. So they call in the fire service. The firemen have a rigid bodyboard which minimises patient movement. The suspect is quickly strapped in. Getting him to the ambulance is an extremely difficult job, even for this experienced team. Finally, the man is back at street level. He needs to get to a hospital now.
He definitely had a fractured leg, but something from that height is very likely to get a spinal injury as well.
He was later found to have 2 broken legs, a broken arm, a broken pelvis, and spinal disc injuries. And he still might face charges of shoplifting. Half a mile away, PC's Chowdhury and Jones are responding to another 999 call. There's trouble at another train station. Someone's been attacked.
Security there.
The officers are there in minutes. When they enter the station, they find a man being restrained by 2 community support officers. He's accused of not just swearing at station staff, but of actually assaulting one of them.
This gentleman's a security guard, works for a train station. He's just informed me that this man's been abusive towards him and assaulted him. We've just turned up on the scene. There's another male been ejected from the premises. But due to the allegations, the other male's going to get arrested. Just stand there now, what I'm saying. Just stand there a minute for us, yeah?
He jumped the barrier. This gentleman's tried to get him back. And as he's come back, he's caused a bit of a scuffle and hit the gentleman.
The City of London has 7 mainline stations and 13 separate tube stations in its square mile radius. More than 300,000 people commute to the city each weekday, and almost all of them use public transport. With so much human traffic passing through the city, the police regularly have to deal with problem commuters. The suspect is heavily under the influence of alcohol.
Just hold your hand up for me.
and seems oblivious to his situation. On London Transport alone, there are around 600 assaults a year on staff, and Transport for London insist on prosecution for these crimes.
The male's told me that you've punched him in the head. I do understand that you're in a drunken state, and when I arrest you, you understand what you've been arrested for, yeah?
Not surprisingly, most of these types of crimes are alcohol-related. The crime squad have identified a bike bay filled with top-of-the-range machines that they think will be the gang's next target.
You know, we've got intel, you know, we have got information, but at the end of the day, it's just like calculated luck. It's a waiting game, but when you get the result, it means a lot.
These thieves are bold and brazen. Previous gangs have stolen bikes from bays monitored by CCTV and in clear view of passing members of the public in broad daylight. And lately, the gangs have become even more audacious, ditching the white van and just towing the bikes away on the back of a moped. Suddenly, the cops' patience and planning looks like it's about to pay off. One of the officers notices two riders on a moped paying attention to bikes in a nearby bay.
Just had a moped come in, done a look at all the bikes, turned around, gone back again. Just doing a check on the ENC, see if that motorbike's stolen or not.
A police check on the license plates revealed that the vehicle is stolen. But the undercover police operation is thrown into chaos when the moped goes straight past them and heads towards a different bay a few streets away.
There's a bay down there that holds about 60 motorbikes, so they've obviously gone down there to have a look if there's anything they fancy nicking today.
As the two riders turn into a covered walkway, undercover officers rush to the scene.
Confirm 2 up.
And the net begins to close in on the suspected thieves.
Yeah, units to drift towards...
Driver is now off, walking through.
One of the riders takes a closer look at the bikes on offer.
I'll confirm where the second person is.
The cops think they've already identified a particular bike. And they begin breaking the steering lock.
I'm going to take them through.
Just as undercover officers begin to move in.
Yeah, all units keep the airways clear. He wants to go in. If you're on a position to strike, strike.
The cops strike hard and fast, using CS gas and wrestling both suspected thieves to the ground before either of them knows what's happening. Stunned by the effect of the CS gas, the suspected thieves offer little resistance. And the cops soon have the situation under control.
What we've had here is two guys turn up on a stolen bike into a secure little alleyway, and they've tried to steal the bike next to them. Unfortunately, we had cops down here and they've been detained. It's a great result. We've got a stolen bike back that they were on, two boys nicked the bike they were about to steal, and nobody's been hurt, so it's great news.
As we've approached from this area, we've heard a crunch, so we suspect that they've attempted to nick that, but obviously we've seen them and got them before they managed to steal it.
The cops' quick thinking means the alleged thieves were caught red-handed.
All right, ready, go. So I just told you while you're under arrest, didn't I? Yeah, but theft of that moped. What moped? The moped you're on, all right?
And now the only ride they'll be taking is in the back of a police van.
To have caught them now is very satisfying indeed. And it's not luck, it's hard work, teamwork.
When I've arrived, the two males were getting CS'd by my colleague. We've been all piled in there trying to contain the males and get them cuffed. I've ended up nicking this guy for the lost or stolen moped that they were on, but also for the attempted theft of the motorbike over there.
Mounting undercover operations like this can be potentially dangerous for the police and for the public.
To the back, mate. Don't worry about it.
But the tactics used by the crime squad have been spot on. As they're taken away, a search of the stolen bike the suspected thieves were riding shows they came equipped.
Yeah, we got there's a couple of hammers there, claw hammers. There's a drill bit which would be used to bang into the ignition barrel, and then the claw hammer used to pull that drill bit out. With it comes the ignition barrel and exposing the mechanism to start the engine without a key.
Operation Dollar has been a success. These two suspects are now heading for interview rooms, where the investigation will continue. There's a red car ahead. Something about it doesn't seem quite right.
No registered key button, notified off road, in trade, has been scrapped.
Yeah, received.
Their hunch was right. Technically, this car shouldn't even exist. It was supposed to have been crushed a long time ago. The undercover cops hang back as their colleagues pull the car over. But moments before they do, one of the car's passengers makes a swift exit. The fleeing woman has ducked into a nearby building. They quickly find her and confront her.
Right, put your hand behind your back, yeah? You're getting cuffed to your back, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The cops are sure they're onto something.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to go back to...
PC Bonichon hurries back to the car to check out the other woman.
I'm on my way to the hospital right now, and I'm not feeling well.
Right.
I'm not in the mood.
We'll give you directions. Well, you don't have to show me that, do you?
My bad kidneys.
Well, you don't have to show me that, do you?
Really
Well,
upset.
calm down. Otherwise, you'll make yourself more upset, won't you?
I want to know why I'm standing here.
Well, you're standing here because you're getting a lift from your friend,
That is why I'm standing here.
Why are you shouting at me?
Why would I shout? Why am I
As she gets more agitated, he gets more suspicious.
For what? I haven't done anything wrong.
Huh?
Tell me why I'm standing here, because I have somewhere to go.
Calm down, otherwise you're going to end up getting yourself arrested.
Suddenly, he gets a call. The woman being held in the nearby building is kicking off and refusing to be searched.
Move!
Where are the police? In there.
Right.
You all right?
We've got a bit of a problem because
Right.
she won't open her hand.
Because they think
Okay.
something's in my hand.
All right.
There's nothing in
Well,
my hand.
just open it and then we'll find out, won't we?
What are they fighting me for? Nothing in my hand.
Right, I'm going to arrest you now on suspicion of drugs. You don't have to say anything, but I did not mention my question something which you later on.
Right, put your hand behind your back.
Now arrested, the cops do a thorough search, which confirms their suspicions.
More than just a piece of plastic. There's actually some Class A or something similar.
The officers now do a sweep of the building to see if the suspect hid anything before she was caught. And they find something quite extraordinary.
I'll show you a little bit more to that.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got all these cards here. These are found in the toilets where she was seen. I've gone into the toilets, got her out, and asked somebody, staff member, to have a look around, and somebody's come out with this. You got several bank cards, all in male and female names. I think we've got some writing, Darren informs me, from the vehicle where they're practicing signatures as well.
Armed with this information, the cops quiz the other suspect.
Basically, it was friends that you were with.
Yeah.
You found in the car. Okay.
Yeah.
They searched your secret and property. Anything on your shouldn't have. It's not in your name or anything that's stolen. Have you got anything that you want to tell me about?
Yeah. Last night, man was on my street, and I picked up him.
Your name check, please. I'm company.
Okay. Well, because you told me that at the moment, I'm going to caution you, all right? If you do anything that may harm your defence.
It now looks like both women might be involved in a credit card scam. They also find more evidence of drug use. They're taken back to the station where they're subjected to a full body search to make sure they aren't hiding anything else anywhere else on them.
One that I arrested, she's been searched in custody by two female officers. In her bra they found a white rock, I believe crack cocaine maybe. So all good. Just getting them all booked in downstairs, and then we'll be looking to do searches on their home addresses. We're looking for any drugs, any credit cards, stuff like that.
The first address is in Essex.
So we're just going to go in and see what there is inside there. Look for some more cards, see what else we find.
They're expecting the properties to be empty, but they must be ready for anything.
Police officers coming in to search. Police officers. The police.
There aren't any people here. The cops think that the suspects may be involved in credit card fraud, so they're looking for any bank cards or personal details that could be fraudulently used.
Yeah, it's his handbag and someone else's details inside it. The address is in a completely different part of the country.
The crime squad then uncovers what could be crucial evidence. A number of driving licence applications and car registration documents in the names of different people. After an hour search, they move on to the next house. They need to find the missing pieces of the puzzle. Letting themselves in again, it's their last chance to uncover any more evidence.
Police officers coming in.
Almost immediately, they notice yet more driving documents. This could be a case of identity theft on a large scale.
In the other flat, we found, 2 car registration documents. Got 2 here as well. It's just strange to find this many just littered around, really.
The cops suspect these documents could be linked to fraud.
Those licences could be used, they could be fraudulently applied for, and they could be used to go and walk into a bank and use that as a form of ID when you're carrying out what's called an account takeover. But they'll use that ID to change the address of the bank account, the pass, the security details, and they can withdraw money using their driving licence.
There's been a nationwide explosion in levels of identity theft and credit card fraud. It's a crime that touches all of us. Latest statistics show that over 60,000 people a year are victims of identity fraud. That's 1 victim every 10 minutes.
Got about 12 to 15 victims at the moment. Different cars that they had on them, so quite a few crimes will be cleared up there, hopefully.